After the ball is over, after the skein is done, after the die lot's finished, and you are short just one, many a knitter has made a tearful and desperate call, pleading with their local yarn shop, go after that ball.
Hello everybody and welcome to the Pen, Hook, and Needles podcast, episode 476. Today is Monday, October 25th, 2021, as we are recording. I am Marlisha, also known as Lady Fernico.
And I'm Talia, also known as Franciscan Gypsy. I am sitting in the crack of the couch.
We want to welcome all new and returning viewers to the Foon in the Woman Cave. If you are new, we're glad that you found us. We hope you find something that you like and you will come back. And if you are returning, we're always glad to see you back. If you are new or returning and you are in the shadows somewhere, please feel free to join us officially. Just, tap the little bell and the subscribe button so that you can get notifications of when we podcast and put it up on the YouTube page or site or whatever it's called. And maybe consider joining our home group, which is where the alongs and the giveaways and all that kind of thing happens. It's at phnpodcast.freeforums.net. That's phnpodcast.freeforums.net, and that's in the description box below. Okay. You said I have more?
Yes, you do.
Okay. Let me just give this a quick stir, even though I really don't have to.
I didn't really remember to.
Well, mine is melted. I really don't need to, but it makes me feel good to do it.
I can hear my sugar moving around, so mine obviously didn't melt.
Now, somehow I must have spilled a little bit of tea because my owl's got little raindrops.
Oh, he cried.
Tea raindrops.
You made him cry.
This is my crocheting owl mug that Chronically Crocheting Crystal gave to me. I absolutely love this. I didn't have a cute little owl mug like this. And so let me show you the back of it.
Is back different?
Yeah. It says crochet.
Oh, very cool.
She crocheted the words I crochet.
Oh.
So I really love this. And in my teacup, in my mug here, is Plum Deluxe Stargazer Caramel Mate, however you say that, chai. Kick back and let this tea open your mind. All organic mate tea, cardamom, ginger, orange peel, cloves, cinnamon, aniseed, natural spice, and caramel essence. Love, gratitude, and caffeine. Thank God. So, there we go.
Caffeine is a necessity.
Once again, we have weather coming in, so we have had a very weathery 2021. So.
Yes, indeed. Because if you were going to say month, I was going like,
So, and I'm having a stoop. This is a stoop.
And we're sharing that because it's a two-piece.
Yeah.
So, I was really blessed, and Crystal from Chronically Crochet sent me a mug. And those who follow me on Instagram have already seen it.
It's adorable.
Or on Facebook. So, this is...
So adorable, like Grandma wanted one.
Right, and she couldn't quite bring herself to believe Grandpa when he said, no, that's not in her shop, I think that's a gift. And she's like, I'm going to ask her if it's in her shop. So, she thought it was adorable, and it is.
So, Crystal, I may have to get a hold of you and see if we can work something out.
We have the little chicks. Each of them have a different colored sweater. It's a 20-ouncer, so I'm going to put this down pretty soon because it's heavy. And then we have the little one facing the bunny going, chirp, chirp, where's mine? You're not working fast enough.
Patience is the virtue.
My favorite one, I'm going to take a sip. And in here is the excellent Zendaggio tea. It's one of the designer teas. This one's by Allison W. And it's chocolate mocha tea for the little gray cells. And I put a French accent instead of a French.
I tasted that and I loved it.
So it's got honeybush chocolate, and mocha nut mott. So I'm gonna take another
Are there any
sip.
accents or just
There probably were.
maybe cream or something?
I think the cream was one of the accents. But I can't remember if it was this one that had that accent or if it was the one for breakfast at Bag End, because I know that one has cream or cream flavoring because it's not actually dairy.
Yep, still need to get this.
So this one's really good.
But I need to warm it up more than that.
Well, you can't put boiling water in
Oh, I
here.
know.
It's a 160 degree.
Yep.
And this mug's a little bit big for my warmer. It fits on there, but it probably probably doesn't keep it quite as warm as would another mug.
You have to make a cozy for it.
No. Hides the bunny. I'm okay with it being a little cooler. You can't hide the bunny.
It's adorable. We'll just have to go up the top just halfway.
No, because then you hide the chicks.
Aww. Anyway, let's see here. Okay, so that takes care of that. All right.
Thank you very much, Crystal. In case you can't tell, I love it.
Mm-hmm. I need cookie.
C is for cookie.
Mm-hmm. It's good enough for me. Okay. Moving on to our longs. The Christmas All Year Long, PHN All Year Long, Christmas All Year Long Cal 2021 is in its last quarter. It began January 1st of this year and goes to midnight Eastern Standard Time of this year. So once you hit January 1st, 2022, it's over unless the thread is open, as I've said multiple times. Okay. The long, as I already said when it started, the projects must be knit, loom knit, or crocheted. Previous whips are allowed, but must be worked on during the along. Chatter and pictures are on the same thread. One whip per project per week, and the FO whenever it's completed. Prizes, I've already got the prizes. I've announced them several times. I just have to do the replacement one that I gave away early. There are featured yarns and featured patterns and featured colors. We have any FOs in Franciscan Gypsies Designs, Laura Concert Designs, my yarn, which is Lady Fernicle Yarns, or Laura Concert's yarn, which is Lollipop Girl Yarns, and then my one pattern. Those are all eligible for 2 chances at a prize for the finished object only, and if you have a featured pattern with the featured yarn, that's 3 chances at a prize for the finished object only. And anything that's in the colors of, let's see, red, blue, green, silver, gold, purple, and pink, along with white or cream, are eligible for 2 chances at prize for the FO only. That's to let everybody participate in case they don't celebrate Christmas. Mm-hmm. The hashtag is PHN Christmas All Year 2021 on Instagram. And if the FO uses 50 yards or less, please post it with another FO of 50 yards or more. Let's see here.
Before you go on to the next one, an idea occurred to me. We might want to start a thread for November, a gratitude thread.
Okay.
It's not for any prizes or anything. It's just a happy place to go in a time where, there tends to be a lot of negativity online. Mm-hmm. So let's create a positive space.
We want to be a positive space. This is always something we set out to be, was a positive space, a safe place. So that's fine. Gratitude thread is perfectly fine. Okay.
Whether I'll remember that in a week, we'll see.
All right. Now, the Out with the Old Cal 2021, basically the same rules, except for the fact that anything that's put in this particular Cal has to have been started no later than September 30th of this year. Anything started October 1st or later does not go in this Cal. This is an Out with the Old, okay? It has to be old whips. You want to clear off your needles, but you don't want to frog them. That's where these go, okay? So this goes October 1st through December 31st, Eastern Standard Time, midnight. And basically, like I said, everything's the same. Except for the featured colors. There's no featured colors in this. This is just finishing all the things. No starts. New starts have to go elsewhere, okay? Mm-hmm. But if it was started September 30th, that's a previous start. So,
indeed.
Okay. Don't have the prizes yet. I have to pull them. By pull them, I mean choose them from the lovely donations that we've received. Mm-hmm. Thank you very much. Now, the toy along, again, October 1st through December 31st, and this is a fun one. I love the toy along every year. I haven't participated much in the last few years, but I do love the toy along.
I need to work on a toy.
Yeah, I'm working on a couple of them.
Well, I have them there. A half knit bunny is like staring at me, absolutely reproachful, because I think I have like it has most of its body made. I think it's missing like arms and clothes. It has shoes and leg warmers.
Right.
And otherwise it's naked. Naked and armless.
Yep. Okay, so these projects can be started at any time, but they have to be worked during the period. They don't have to be finished even. Just work on them, okay? Although we do like to see the finished projects.
Well, because it's cute.
They're cute.
I mean, Joe Dye's been knocking them out.
Oh, she always does. She's a
Did
toy
you see her
machine.
little ghosties?
I haven't seen anything. I've seen the notifications, but it's something we'll talk a little about in live stuff if we don't forget. I was kind of out for the count this past week because of other,
Well, what I would say is don't go back to the beginning. Start like at a certain point and then keep up from there, because you're going to drive yourself crazy. If you
Yeah,
try to.
I always do.
Yeah.
I can't, unless somebody's mentioned me.
Indeed.
But anyway, so everything remains the same, but we do have featured patterns. Any Franciscan Gypsy Designs toy patterns, Bakery Bear toy patterns, that's KF Jones, Crocheting Hoovian's toy patterns, Joanna Johnson's toy patterns, Mom Cook's toy patterns. I believe she has Lumnit toy patterns. Any toy made with my yarn or made with Lollipop Girl yarn, that's Laura. Those are all featured. So if you have featured patterns, finished object, 2 chances of prize. Featured yarn, 2 chances prize for the FO. If you marry the yarn and the pattern and it's finished, 3 chances at a prize. You are responsible for your multiple postings as always. Okay.
To engage for 14 years. They get married.
17 years.
Oh, is it 17?
Yes.
Okay.
Your turn. I guess. Okay, my turn.
Yeah, no, it's very much not my turn. Okay, several inches to go.
How many did you say you had?
6.
6, and I think I have 9. So I think I go twice.
Mm-hmm.
All right. My first one is in my Knitter's Magic, very soft, very pretty, I guess violets on a dark field, and it's got this really pretty purple interior.
Very nice.
I didn't work a whole lot on this. In fact, I don't remember working on this. I must have done it during the podcast.
You must have.
So I
I feel like you did.
Yeah, I don't think I worked on this after that, but you get to see it again. So that's what it looks like. I think I'm going to want to work on this now that it's getting cooler.
Mm-hmm.
Because this is bulky weight yarn. This is Lady Fernico Creations in the Bare Necessities colorway. And it's bulky, so it's warm. But it's fun to work on. I just have to make sure that I know where I'm at. And there's not a whole lot to say about this. It's just 5410 Studios, the pattern. The On the Porch blanket. I didn't say it on the forest floor.
Well, it's hoping that's been quite a while since the last on the forest floor, because I don't have any more of those on my needle.
Right, at this particular time. Okay, and the next one is in my Ploverbird pink and purple teacups bag. That's this one here. And this is the Comfy Cozy Shawl from the Scrap Shawl pattern by Anastasia Zattel. And I did do a little bit of work on this one. Not a whole lot, because I was just kind of all over the place, but let's see if I can pull this out. And I really like the way this is turning out. Miss Babs and various other Malabrigo, I think. Isn't that pretty? I like that.
Mm-hmm.
It is very pretty. If I do say so myself.
And you do.
I cannot take credit for the pattern, only the yarn choices.
Yes.
so yeah, it's getting quite large. I can wear it now, so it's very nice. But I'm not going to wear it yet. I'm going to make it bigger. So that's
Now, is mine bigger than Crystal's? Or about the same?
not yet.
No, the one I'm wearing.
Oh no, hers is huge. Crystal's is absolutely ginormous. I wanted to make sure I used as much of that yarn as I could, and so no, hers is huge. If you go back to the video where she showed it, it's really long.
Well, it's hard
on
to
her.
tell because I don't know how tall she is.
Right.
So if,
Oh.
if she's shorter than me, it's going to look a lot bigger on her.
Well, it's long on me.
Yeah, but I'm also taller than you. And also,
Not that much.
How long do you consider long?
Past her butt.
I think this one lands there. Check and see.
Mm-hmm.
Was that 2?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I finished these 2 stitches. I need to take a look at my show notes. It's probably this one, so let's see. In my, opening my show notes. There we go. There it is. Okay. Okay, yes, it is this one. In my Silver Shred USA Kitties in the News bag.
I hope Stephanie gets off early today.
Yeah.
We see Stephanie at other times during the day sometimes, and she was saying she had to go to work early.
Okay. I know it's been split before, but it's a short one, so I'm doing it this time.
What?
It's a short little story, so I'm doing it this time.
Okay.
Love Triangle at love.cats.com. No one was ready for it this weekend when 2 grooms, Mike Maine Coon and Barry Burmese, both showed up to marry Patty Persian. I have trouble with my browser, she whined. I didn't mean to double click. It was going so doggone slowly, I thought I'd better choose again. As it turned out, her love connection was Mike.
That's the third person?
That was the first.
Oh, first.
But I don't know if which one she clicked on first. But I think the lady might need to take a step back and
Reevaluate?
yes, reevaluate, since she seems to be choosing based on how quickly things go.
Yeah.
So this is my Lake of Shining Waters. It's my Anne sweater by Joanna Johnson. And
That's looking nice.
progress on the sleeve. A few inches away from being able to start the ribbing for the sleeve, and then I get to start the other sleeve. It's been nice being in the sleeve area. It makes you, you appreciate it because you're not in the miles of ribbing that you had for the main body. Now that being said, I'm going to love this miles of ribbing and how it looks.
Mm-hmm.
It's just when you're knitting it, you're like, this ribbing never ends. Because you're
It's so
knitting across
pretty.
the whole body.
It's pretty, though.
It's well worth it. But it's also dark yarn, so I had to make sure I was paying attention to where I was at in the ribbing, because it's not a simple rib.
So you can go from a dark yarn to a darker yarn. Yay!
I don't know that yours is darker.
It's pretty dark. That's a dark green.
Mhm.
It might be the same value.
And I don't know if it'll show up quite as dark with the green of my glasses, or that'll affect anything. Who knows? So yeah, this has gotten some work. This tends to be I'm able to handle the lights, but I don't want it to focus on anything. Because I can't work on this in the dark. For obvious reasons. Also, I don't want to risk splitting the alpaca.
Right. That would be bad.
So yeah, that's that.
Okay, let me just finish
I
this.
look forward to having this, owning this, wearing this.
Yay.
And then I'll start yours right away.
And so I can get that yarn out of my bag.
I mean, I've made good progress on this. I mean, once I get the second sleeve done, there's not much else other than seaming up the pockets. And, I'm about halfway, we'll say about halfway, probably less than that.
About a third.
Yeah, through the first sleeve.
Because you like them long.
Yes, I do. So, even if it's a third through the first sleeve, it's still,
Progress.
it's, there's a light at the end of the tunnel.
Okay.
And once I stop having to worry about the Christmas gifts, Christmas knitting, then I'll be able to give this a little more attention.
Right. Okay, let's see here. Let me find my little thing so I can not lose my stitch. I'm sorry if it feels like I'm maybe mumbling a little bit. Allergies are settling in my throat again.
Yay.
Okay. Poop doodles.
Are you
Okay.
pooping doodles again?
Poop doodles. Okay. My next one, I have my phone here in case I need to use it for my show notes because I've had issues with my show notes again.
So you have a printed copy, a Kindle copy, and a phone.
I have a partial printed copy. Okay. In my Knit for Brains Owl Teapots bag, which was given to me by Laura Concert. Thank you, Laura. Crocheting Hoovian. Isn't that pretty? I love it.
It is pretty.
I don't know where my owl at. Where's my owl?
You have a couple of them there.
Where
I mean, it's they're the
There's a
same
kitty
teapot.
cat, but where's
Probably
my
because not nearly as many as
elephant?
owls.
There's
as
the
you.
owl. See. Okay.
Not nearly enough to get called the owl teapot bag.
As much as many Eeyores or my Eeyore bag.
Yeah, you're odd.
Okay, this is my Arwen hood, the hooded cowl from the Thorns hooded cowl pattern by Epiphenora. And
It's a free pattern.
it's a free pattern, and I enjoy this. It's fun. I just didn't work a whole lot on it. It's always in the round. So, it looks like a skirt. It's pretty. I like it. I love this color. Now, part of me keeps saying, oh, I'm going to give it to Davina or whatever, but I don't know. I like it too much. Maybe I'll keep it. We'll see.
You should.
We'll see what happens. And this is Miss Babs Yowza, and I'm using US 10s. Ooh, that's a big needle for this.
Tens. Well, that's why it was such a big deal when I was going to try to use that other yarn, the sport weight, for that. I should have realized it was going to be too light, but
Okay, my next one, I think this is my last one. If it isn't, I can do two later. But in my Silver Shed USA Green Star Wars bag is my Mad Hatter cowl from the Cerebel scarf pattern by Sarah Sweethearts, and you guys have seen this repeatedly. I just haven't been working as much on it because I have... Did I drop my...
No. That was my needle going down after I finished Magic Looping on that side.
Okay. I've had Project ADD. Where's my hook? I know I put back in here. It's... well, it's in here somewhere. I'll find it later, I guess. I don't know what I did with it. Thankfully, this is pretty forgiving if I do end up putting the wrong hook in there. It's not gonna be
Don't you have written down?
Oh, there
which
it is. No, I forgot. Here it is. Okay.
You
This
probably
is
should
I
remedy
probably should.
that at some point.
It's a 6mm, whatever that is. I think it's a J or something.
Even if you write 6mm, that's something.
Yeah. Let's see what 6mm.
Well, better write
Well,
down
no,
what the
but if I-
reference is too.
Yeah.
Because otherwise you can look back at that later and be like, what's 6mm?
This is the Mad Hatter.
Hook.
I always think about Alice when I love the Mad Hatter from Alice.
And she's not talking about the one with Johnny Depp.
No. It's just Alice. It's a quasi-modern Alice in Wonderland, and I think it might be British. The lady who plays Alice's mom is the original Doctor from Stargate, and I really like, it's quirky, and I kind of tend to like quirky things, so I like that Alice. Just like we just finished watching Tin Man, and I like that too. I'm not sure why they called it Tin Man, though, because it really was her story. I guess it was his redemption, kind of, sort of. I mean, redemption might be a strong word. His coming at peace with himself. He was a good character. It's a good... I like that, too. Oh, you know who was in that? I was sitting here looking at it.
What?
And I'm like, oh, I know this guy. I recognize this guy. It was the guy who plays the original Nightcrawler on...
Yeah, you told me that.
Yeah, it was really weird to see him without the blue makeup. I knew I recognized him, but I couldn't tell where because I'd never seen him without the blue makeup.
Did you actually show your project? Or did you just look for the hook?
I don't know. I can't be bothered with such things.
I think you just looked for the hook.
Here you go. So I hope it looks less, not washed out, but kind of...
Well, you know it does.
Because it doesn't look as pretty with the color on the big screen, but it's definitely pretty
Well, you
up
know
there.
it's at only 90% brightness on the big screen.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Because I haven't had a chance to go and make it to complete normal.
Right.
I had it a little lower when I was actually watching movies off of it, and I stopped doing that
Right.
because it's more effort than it was worth.
This is a very, very bright yarn. It's the Mad Hatter colorway, and I think we got it... Well, actually, I traded this.
It is a dark bright, though.
It's a dark bright, but it's definitely bright.
Oh, no, it's definitely bright.
I mean, this is...
If dark bright makes any sense, it's like a wintry bright.
This is definitely autism awareness worthy.
Yeah.
And so...
But it's not like
It's not
jewel
neon.
jewel tones.
Well, no, some of these are pretty jewel tones, just that the colors aren't jewel
Maybe.
tone. I mean, it's just that magenta is not a jewel tone.
Yeah, maybe it's just the colors that are in there.
Yeah, I mean, it's very bright. And the thing that really ramps it up is that magenta and like this orange.
I was gonna say there's an orange in there. Excuse me.
There's a blue that's kind of what I call like a Nightwing blue. It's a little dark for a Nightwing
It's a little
blue.
dark for a Nightwing blue.
But, yeah, so this is it.
Because he doesn't have it near that dark because it would blend into his black a little too much.
Well, I actually used some kind of rendition of a turquoise. For him.
That is actually very close to what
Yeah.
his color is. It adds that pop of color to his uniform that he's always had, either as Robin or even as Nightwing. Like I said, that bright.
And then he went to the red, which I didn't like at all.
I didn't like the red.
No.
Even though it's a color he as a character seems to tend to prefer when he's out of costume.
I just don't like it.
But I think it's with the traditional blue. Like, why would you go all away from the tradition?
Well, especially with his blue eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
not that
just-
you could see his blue eyes with the mask.
No,
but
I
still.
know, but...
It's just...
Wait, yeah, you can see his eyes. You just can't tell who it is. I mean, you have to be close to him, but you can see his eyes.
I mean, sometimes they... So it depends on which comics
yeah.
you're reading. They'll talk about the fact that they actually have lenses to their masks.
Yeah, well, sometimes, especially like Bruce or something, he has like heads-up display kind of things in his...
Well, I know that one point Babs, after she set off, I think it was like she either turned out the lights or did some sort of like something with lights. Either she blasted everyone with a bright light or turned them out. And then she says, "Oh, did you get that adjustment I sent you for your mask?" He's like, "Yeah, thankfully. Thanks for asking." After
the fact.
the fact. So he obviously had something over his eyes.
But he didn't originally, so...
No. Back when he was Robin, I don't think even Bruce had that heads up back when Dick was Robin.
I mean, even early Nightwing, it wasn't really, you know...
At least they didn't emphasize it.
Yeah. But anyway, that's this here. That's my fourth one.
Wow. That literally had nothing. That rant had nothing to do with anything. Okay.
And they're surprised why?
True that. Why am I tired when I'm drinking something really caffeinated? It's not fair.
I'm tired too, so that's okay. I blame it on the weather.
Blame it on the rain that was finally falling.
Yep. Oh boy, we're bad. Okay, go on.
So this one actually, I just felt like working on because I hadn't worked on it in a very long time, and I think I felt like I could reward myself for being good about another project. So hold on, it's like way at the bottom of the bag.
I lost my shorts. Okay. Whoops, is a bunny.
I should have thought about getting this out before now.
What are you trying to get out?
It's my big bag. Sorry, hold on. It's
Need help?
no, it's just that it wanted to stay in the bag. It didn't want to come out and play,
Does not wish it.
and I wanted to come out and
It
play.
does not enjoy playing.
No, it does not. So it and me were having a discussion, and I just won. So, you guys haven't seen this bag in a while. This is my soft brown bag from Knitter's Magic.
And that's our local yarn shop here in Winchester, Virginia.
And I love the inside fabric. It's got the kitties playing with balls of yarn. I absolutely love it. I think you got it for me.
Mhm.
Well, I know I thought there was one I purchased, but maybe
It
you
might have
purchased
been.
both of mine.
I don't remember.
If I did purchase one, it was this one. Because I know you purchased my other one. Which at this moment, I can't picture what it is.
Well, Davina's was the blue one. Mine's got the, right there, the one with the
Yeah.
checkers. I don't remember what I got
Because I have another one.
you.
Which is also very nice. I just can't bring it to my mind right now. It's got another project that I haven't worked on in a little while, which is why I can't bring it to my mind. Darn it, I'm going to look at my bag to see which one it is. Because I remember liking it a lot. This is the older one, which is why I remember it a little more easily. So, in this bag, sorry, I'm just finding it in my notes, is my Quicksilver sweater. It's a Hillcrest Coast by Amy Miller for Davina. And I just felt like working on it. Now, the sleeves are worked just like this, not like this one, but in interesting fashions. That's not the same as the way that Joanne Johnson works hers. But I think because these are inset sleeves. Not sleeves, inset pockets. So, this is the beginning workings of the first pocket. That's not actually pocket. I guess the pocket would be partially built into here.
Huh.
I've never done a construction quite like
Is
this.
that folding up or no?
I don't think so. I'm just going with it. I believe that they have me like add more stitches,
Mm-hmm.
and so it'll be like a bunch of stitches off to here, and then almost like what they're doing here with the pocket, and then I guess I'll maybe seam that little pocket, inside pocket, to this somehow, and then it's gonna be like an inset thing.
Pretty cool. I mean, okay, those are kind of neat.
So, but yeah, it's gotten a decent amount of work. I mean, this went pretty fast getting to work on this because it was only the little section of the sweater. And yeah, once I finally get past the pockets, it will go pretty quickly because being small. And honestly, a sweater for her doesn't take that long. I just haven't had the opportunity to focus on the pockets.
Right.
I thought I was going to have to hold stitches like I normally do for pockets, and I didn't have to.
That's kind of unusual.
Yes, well, blessed, this sweater and then that sweater both have interesting pocket constructions.
It's always nice to do something a little different.
Yeah. I mean, usually I don't add pockets to my sweaters. The only one that I have pocket added to is my yellow one.
The one by Jane Richmond?
Mm-hmm. The one in the acrylic.
Yeah.
That I really wish I had knitted in something not acrylic.
That would have been expensive than non-acrylic.
Yeah, it would have been.
Because it's a big sweater.
Well, I
bulky
also
yarn.
wonder if it would be nearly as big. I think it's stretched.
Possibly.
Because it was a very soft acrylic. It was a fuzzy acrylic, which doesn't have as much of the opposite elasticity. It doesn't nearly hold its shape as well as maybe a normal acrylic.
Doesn't have as much structure to it.
Yeah. Whereas a normal acrylic, like, you put a toy in a normal acrylic and it's going to be, like, exactly the way you want it.
It's like dealing with Caron's Simply Soft. Remember trying to do a toy with that? It would just flop all over.
No, that's the opposite. Oh, you mean soft stuff that I used. Yeah, yeah. I didn't use Simply Soft for that. Simply Soft...
I didn't say you would, did I? said it's like that.
Although I did use Simply Soft for my orange sweater. Now, unfortunately, that one doesn't breathe enough. I wouldn't recommend it for a sweater.
I don't recommend it even for a shawl. I didn't like the way my Zarina shawl turned out. It's the same shawl as this, and it's just too stiff. Maybe if I used a bigger hook.
Yeah. It just didn't breathe enough, and so your sleeves usually stretch a little bit when you put them on, but it's just as tight. I can wear it, but it's not my most comfortable sweater.
All right, my next one is in my Silver Shed USA Blue PHN Faces bag.
Now, in comparison to my white sweater, which is also acrylic, quite comfortable.
Are you finished?
Yes. And you wanted me to give you the name of that yarn.
Yes. Okay. This is the original logo and the original, well, after we're not Nurse Fit Needles. The original logo and the
original dad logo.
Yes.
Because my original logo was just literally a picture I took of needles and a hook.
This is my, this is being persnickety. Sorry, guys. This is my by special request shawl from the scrap shawl pattern by Anastasia Zattel. So this is my other scrap shawl, and this is the one that Talia asked for. And I did a bit of work on this. Kind of in the middle of the section here. I'm going to have a lot of ends to weave in.
Yeah, that's one of the
joys
things
of
about
scrappy.
scrappy things.
So you can see it's getting really big, and I like the way it's turning out.
Yes.
I'm not too far from changing colors again. Let me see if I can find... I have this much left. So maybe another row or two. It's hard for me to judge with crochet because this is a big stitch and a big yarn, so I'm not sure how far I'll
and the
get.
rows, of course, are getting bigger.
Yeah, and it's going this direction, so I still have to finish this row, which is a long row. You can see.
Well, I know it'll be nice to have it those colors for when I wear something that has blue.
And this is probably as big as my other one, the one I have. That's mine. So they're probably neck and neck right now, which is nice. I mean, are
they racing?
Nah, they're having a good-natured, kind of. We'll see who gets there first type of thing.
Now, your hook is slightly bigger, so yours is more drapier,
so.
isn't it?
No.
Oh, I thought you wanted just drapier.
I don't. Let me This one is an eye hook, and the other one is an eye hook.
Oh, okay. For some reason, I thought you were going to make yours drapier like you did crystals.
Well, an eye hook is pretty drapey for this yarn.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Because I know you went with the same one that you used for mine.
Yeah.
That sounds weird. For my one I'm wearing now for the one that you're working on.
right. So that's this.
Okay, so it's my turn. Let me open my show notes again. So in my this is in my someone no, I think it was on something else. Never mind. I was gonna say someone commented on this bag, but I think I'm mistaken.
Okay.
In my interesting, not most appealing colored teacup bag.
You did choose it.
No, I let you choose.
Did you?
Because you wanted the brown one.
I did?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I would not have chosen this one. Now it's like it has history, but no, I would have.
I wouldn't trade you now.
No, I didn't want this bag.
You're too rough on your bags.
I am too rough on my bags. But no, you really wanted the brown one. That's why you had the brown one. But yeah, I'm not quite sure why they have a fabric this color. I guess somebody likes this color. Maybe.
It reminds me of the 70s when they had the kitchens and stuff in that
They would
color.
have kitchens in this color.
Late 60s, early 70s.
Ew.
Kind of an
Why?
avocado. They had avocado and like this yellowy mustardy kind of color. It's awful.
Maybe this is an avocado color.
Maybe it's kind of dull for a chartreuse.
But it's not the most appealing color. But that being said, and of course it has like the most gorgeous rich brown on the inside. Why, rah. Anywho,
Are you complaining at Denise?
no, I'm complaining to the bag. It needs to change its colors. So this is my Fetching the Sun. It is the Caradras sock pattern by Claire Ellen. And I am finally out of the foot decreases, or the gusset decreases, and I'm just, going until I have the length I need for the foot before I do the toe.
Yay.
So, it should actually go fairly quickly when I work on it because I don't have to repeat the chart twice. I only have to repeat it once. So,
Is there a reason for that?
yeah, because it's not on the bottom of the foot.
Gotcha. The way you said it, I thought maybe that was a normal thing, that they repeated twice.
Well, I had to repeat it twice when it was on the back. So that's why I said that, because the leg would have taken a little bit longer because I would have had to go through the cables twice.
Sure.
Whereas the foot should probably go faster when I actually work on it because I only have to do the cables once and then it's just plain because no one wants to step on the cables.
Right.
So yeah, look forward to having that, but this is only the first sock. But I still feel like the progress has been good.
Well, it looks like
I was kind of cable-y this time.
cable-y?
Yep.
You were cable-y?
I think I only worked on cable patterns, or mostly worked on cable patterns on Sunday.
Oh, cool. I didn't do a whole lot. I did some work when I was doing the pop. I didn't stay for the pop very long because I couldn't hear it.
Oh. Were they having sound issues?
No, I every once in a while my computer doesn't, like, everything was soft.
Oh, weird.
And so I wasn't going to, or almost everything was soft, so I wasn't going to, I went ahead and did Bishop Barron instead. All right, my next one is in my B-Wing Country bag. My B-Wing Country bag. Is it behind me? Oh, here it is. I feel like everything is falling on top of me. In my B-Wing Country bag, this is my Jelly Roll blanket pattern by KF Jones. It's my Country Roads blanket project. And I did some work on this because it's just knitting, Oops.
It's a bunny.
It's a bunny. You can see I'm really close to finishing this particular color. Let's see. Yeah, I'm really close to finishing this color, see?
Wow.
So the next color that I'll probably put in is this one, because that's what I had last time.
Now, are you past the point? Oh, no, you aren't past the
No,
point.
I have to do a little bit of this before I get past the point. I just have to remember that I don't have anything on the edges like her other projects. So
Right.
and then I'll have to think about, okay, picking up stitches and stuff when that time comes, which is a new skill for me.
Well, I think you'll find it opens up a lot of things for you.
Yeah. Let me see here. Yeah, it doesn't. Excuse me. It doesn't even tell you how long you need to go. You just go.
Well, it's probably based on whatever your preference is.
Yeah. And I tend to like my blankets good size. I have some on my bed that have seen better days. I should probably switch them out.
Mm-hmm. Now, is that supposed to be widthwise or lengthwise?
Length.
Okay.
As
So
far as I
you
can tell.
have quite a ways to go.
Yeah, it looks like, to me, that would be lengthwise.
I guess. Yeah. I don't know. I can't tell.
I don't think it matters.
Okay.
I think you can do it either way, and I'm doing it as if it were lengthwise.
Okay. Let's pick. Well, no, you still have to pick up the same number of stitches. You just have to pick it up.
Right. Well, you can either, because she only casts on a small amount of stitches.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm assuming that means it's lengthwise.
Mm-hmm.
Because you would be adding slightly. Otherwise, I don't know. It just seems like it would be lengthwise.
Just cut.
It does. Go ahead.
Okay, so in my Crocheting Hoovian, well, it's from Crocheting Hoovian. It's actually a Knit for Brains teacup bag, or teapots bag, excuse me. This is Laura's hood. It's a Thorns hooded cow. And
That's pretty.
I must have worked on this basically on podcast day, maybe a little bit after, because I don't remember working on it a lot.
That yarn is looking really pretty.
Oh yeah, it really works well for this. And you can tell, this is actually the first time I've done a worsted yarn, like a true worsted yarn like the pattern calls for. And I can see why it calls for it. You could see that it's not quite as airy.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be nice and warm. So it's like, oh, shocking. The yarn the pattern actually calls for works really well.
Mm.
Now Miss Babs does work well. It's just a little bit lighter.
It's a little lighter, yeah.
You can't really go much lighter than Miss Babs before you start running into...
Well, Miss Babs is actually a DK.
Yeah. Because if you start going to sport, it's just it's too airy.
Well, you tried that with my sport.
Yeah. And your sport, now to be fair, probably is a bit of a light sport.
No, not my normal sport. My long sport.
It is a long sport.
No, I know, but you said my sport.
Yeah, your long sport
Yeah.
tends to be a bit of a light sport, so that's probably part of why as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I actually am using a pattern that calls for fingering weight yarn,
Mm-hmm.
which means it'll be a little bit heavier than what's called for, which will still be nice.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But yes, that's this one. Just got some work on it.
Is that it?
For that one, yes.
Okay, let me just finish the stitches here. 3, 4. I just want to see. 5, 6. I have a certain spot where I want to stop.
Oh, okay. In the middle?
It's close to 9.
Sorry.
And let me see, that should be it.
You know, if you stop in the same spot, that might explain why you... I know that this wasn't the one that you had short rows on.
Yeah, okay. All right. My next one is... Just for a second here.
No.
Okay. My next one is in my... Oh, yeah, cut off. See, the thing is, every once in a while my computer gets really persnickety. I went and adjusted my show notes yesterday, had it saved, everything, and the minute I saved it and tried to print it, or saved it and tried to, not try to print it, saved it and tried to send it to my email or to my show note, to my Kindle, it came out and it cut off only the projects I added.
I wonder what it would have done if you had said print to file.
I don't know. I mean, it's printed here, but...
Well, but my print to file is my cheat way sometimes to save something.
It didn't give me any error messages, nothing. So, okay, anyway. So the next one is my Mint Surprise from the Cerebel Scarf pattern by Sarah Sweethearts. And this is the one I wanted to work on. I almost finished it. It's in my, let me see here, Emma Owl bag. So isn't this my Emma Owl bag? I love this bag.
Excuse me.
So it's almost finished, I think. I worked on it a lot, and
You said that during the Zoom or after the Zoom that you felt like you would be able to finish it pretty soon.
Yeah.
Wow, you made quite a bit of progress.
see, so it's almost done, and I only have this much yarn left, so I might go to the end or near the end and just, I'll measure it against the table out there, which is what I usually measure my blankets against for babies. But I think this one's just about finished. Hopefully next week this will be done. I know I said that.
Is she still pregnant?
She's not. I don't think she is.
Okay.
But I've got a gazillion people at the parish who are pregnant this time around. So
Because I couldn't remember when she was due.
I didn't talk to her. So there is a lady who's due on Christmas, and if I can see her again, if I can find her again, I would like to give it to her. But anyway, I don't know her name, but she knew me because she asked me about the stuff that I make. So
I kind of hope the baby's a little bit early or a little bit late so they don't have.
yeah, well, the thing is, being right there is still the way it is. I mean, look at us.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
It's just if you're within a month or so, either way, it's hard.
But at least they have the day that's theirs instead of like.
Well, there can be worse things than say sharing your birthday with baby
That's
Jesus.
true. Well, I don't mean like. It's just like you feel like you're sharing with absolutely everybody.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and I think a lot of people who do that, they go to the next, like June 25th or whatever. They go to the opposite season on the same day and they do an unbirthday, which is kind of fun. I mean, you just kind of do a nominal, this is actually my birthday, but you get all the, celebration and stuff. Because my cousin's birthday was the day before Christmas. I think it was my cousin Enrique. He's like the 24th of December or something like that. So, okay, so that takes care of that one.
Okay. Oh, no, not that one. Okay, this one. Actually, no. It feels like a thematic, so we'll do this one first. In my Christmas ornament bag, that Brittany gave me by Silvershed USA, is Christmassy. This is the Finish Line pattern by Laura Smoot. And I don't even remember when I worked on this, but I must have. I think I must have been like, darn it, I'm tired of working in gray. And wanted something bright, so I must have just like, this one's it. So.
See, they were both working a fair amount of gray this time around.
I don't usually work a whole ton of gray.
Well, I didn't say you usually do, but
I'm just stating, usually I don't work a whole ton of gray. It's just funny that it seemed to this time around. And actually, really, it's only 2 projects for me there in gray, but because the one I've been working pretty hardcore on. So yeah, a little bit of progress on this. I probably only worked on this part of a day, because I don't really remember working much on it.
All right, let me just trying to change my color here, so just give me a second.
Excuse me.
At least this yarn doesn't catch like some of them do. And then if it goes down because it slides, then you can't get it back up again.
Right.
And then you're kind of up a creek up a paddle without up a creek without a paddle. I was right the first time.
Up a paddle without a creek.
Yes, I was right the first time. Okay, let me just do the rest of this real quick so I'm
Excuse me.
in the right place. Colors have officially been changed.
Yay. Excuse me. Oh, you changed in the middle of the row. Okay.
Yeah, this one she suggests you do that.
Okay, I was wondering why you cared where you were.
Just go to the end of the row here. So it's securely in here.
Safe and secure?
Safe and secure. Safe and secure. You said that already. Okay. All right.
Reference.
Yes, it is definitely a reference. All right. Okay, my last one is a new one. Well, I don't know if it's new. I think I might have shown it last week. I don't remember. I don't remember that far back. Okay. In my Monet Serret bag, yep, this bag, is my Quicksilver tunic, and this is for Davina.
Oh, it's another silver thing.
Yeah. Well, I told you that. We talked about it.
Yes,
So this is one I wanted you to count this for to make sure I have the right rows. But
yeah, once you showed it.
This construction is kind of different. I'm starting with the ribbing, I think.
You are.
And it's a pullover. And so I'm going to have to pick up the stitches and then, along the long ways and do the back. So
you'll be picking up along long ways, and then you'll be going up and down like this. So how many rows do you need?
well, I just need to know where I'm at.
Okay, so it's
I counted it twice or 3 times, and let's see.
and is it kind of like a one-on-one?
One-on-one. What do you mean one-on-one?
Like,
it's back loops, each row.
okay, so there's indentations one row. The same.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so
I was having a hard time because I couldn't get the first 2 rows. And I'm trying not to distract her while she's counting. Show you what the pattern looks like. It looks like that. And I got it on Etsy. It's called the Long Cozy Crochet Pullover, and it's by For the Frills. It's called the Weekend Snuggly Sweater.
looks like it's 58 to me.
58.
Does that sound about right?
Yeah, for some reason I have like 60 something. I don't know if I must have miscounted. So
I'll count again later, but I'm getting 58.
yeah, so I'll be starting on 59, right?
Yes.
Because that's what I've got when I did my recount. That's what I started at.
Oh, okay. So we got
Okay.
the same. Okay.
All right, good. So this is she has 2 Quicksilver sweaters in the work. One Ty is doing, the one that I'm doing. This is more of a pullover. I'm hoping that she can wear it over leggings and things like that, or
Well, she doesn't technically wear leggings.
right, but she can wear it in the house over something.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make it long enough that hopefully she can just kind of relax in it when she's home. So I'm still working on this ribbing. For some reason, it looks like it's gotten a little bit tighter here, but she doesn't. The pattern is good, but she doesn't give any specifics in terms of sizes. I mean, she has small, medium, large, and everything, but she doesn't give you an idea of what small, medium, and large is. So I went off the fact that she's 5'3",
Yeah.
and Davina's 5'1.5", and I went ahead and did the small instead of the extra small because it can be a little bit roomy for her that way.
Yeah.
But I got gauge. They
No, you got gauge with you changed your.
Well, I was going to
Yeah.
say that. I went down a couple of hooks. I looked at the hook sizes. There's no way I'm getting
Yeah.
gauge with that. So I went down 2 hook sizes and I got gauge. So that's a first crochet for me.
But yeah, she did not get gauges, and like most people are talking about when they say they get gauge by, I mean they got the pattern.
Well, I hadn't finished because but yeah. So here's your ribbon. You can see it's stretchy, and this is Miss Babs. This was in my Jen Hagen pullover. I just don't think I'm at the right place to be knitting a pullover at this point, or knitting a sweater. So I've done crocheted sweaters before. So maybe I'm not challenging myself enough. I don't know, but that's what I want to do. So that's what I'm going to do.
This isn't something where
Don't
you
judge me.
have to do anything.
Nope.
So it's like, if you don't feel like you want to knit sweaters, you don't have to knit sweaters.
right. So that's that.
Okay, so my final one is the one this one's one of the ones that got most of the work this week. This is in my Adelaide Cottage bunny bag,
So cute.
also from Laura.
Because we get spoiled.
Yes. These are the Manly Shorty socks from the Not Just Boring boot sock pattern by Corinne Walcher for Dad. The first sock has been done. I think I had finished it last time. I just need to weave in ends.
Very nice.
So, and it seems to be thin, but it's because it's got the ribbing. And then also, I am on the straightaway
Yay.
on the other sock. So, when I focus on just knitting on it, it'll wrap up really quickly. And then I'll be free to knit what I want any old time.
Well, except for, well, I guess you did get Davina's done.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, that was spoiler.
Huh?
Spoiler alert?
No, I was talking about the sweater. You didn't finish your sweater yet, though.
No. But I still can finish that sweater at any old time.
Mhm.
So.
Yep, I just wanted to get one more row on this because I don't have anything else to show, so.
Okay, so that leads on to
I
FOs.
don't think I have anything else to show. Wait a minute, do I have another thing to show? A surprise. No.
Oh,
I don't know what's in this other bag. This one.
is there yarn or anything?
No. I don't.
Open it up and see. What's in the bag?
I didn't work on this.
Oh, I wonder what's that.
Huh.
Did you mean to take it with you somewhere?
I don't know. You know, that particular notes was acting really weird. I wonder if when I went and tried to change it around, it just got unhighlighted. So I thought I worked it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, I did finish a project. I finished Davina's candy corn hat for Christmas.
I thought they had already seen it, but I guess they hadn't.
No, they hadn't.
Yeah.
That's why it's kind of like.
Well, they didn't know what I was talking about.
This was my main project I worked on during the week.
That's really pretty. It looks like a sunburst.
It does. So, it's going to go into my Christmas hiding place, and yeah. It's fun because I told her that not to expect it anytime soon because my socks took precedence because I needed to have socks.
Right.
So she won't be expecting that.
And she really gets excited. She is very knitworthy. If you make it, like anybody else, if you make what they want.
Yeah.
And she, gets really excited about it.
Because she's too honest to pretend.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she doesn't have that ability. She doesn't do that very well. She's kind of like, well, that's nice for somebody else.
Yeah.
That's good for you. Which translates to, I don't like that.
Yeah, exactly.
So, okay, let me just put this back in here.
So I'm hoping next week or the week after that I'll have Dad's done. And then I really will be able to just focus on knitting whatever I want.
Okay, let me see. Okay, I don't have anything else here. Go back to my notes now. Alright, let's see what we have here. Okay, so you already did the FOs. What are we up to now?
I forgot to grab my beads and strings, so it's going to stay over there.
Okay, and I don't really have it. I don't remember. I showed all that yarn last time, right?
Yes, you did.
Okay. I do have, Christina, if you're listening, I'll have to get back to you. I do have your order finished. I just have to reskein it and put a ball band on it, and I'll list it for you. And I had an extra one that I did of that colorway, but I'm not sure if I'm going to hold it back for a little bit. We'll see. And I hope to reskein. This is actually more shop news, but I don't have any personal news for yarn.
We'll just segue into shop news.
Yeah. I have to reskein all the yarns that are new so I can put them in the shop, and I'm gearing up. Part of the reason I'm not further along on the kits, for lack of a better term, for the Podiversity is because I have been unable to do heavy lifting and stuff for the last week or so, and we'll explain that later. So hopefully I'll get to that this coming week. I'm hoping to do a couple of skeins every day for the next week or so.
But also, our Podiversity is not actually till May.
Yeah, I know, but I want, when Anne's done, I want it to be done. Mm-hmm. So I'm the kind, and I've said this before on the podcast, I'm the kind of person in school that they give me a semester project and I would have it done like, the first month because I wanted to get it done.
You see, what I did, at least this is what I did for, I think this, usually for my reading assignments, anything I had readings that I was interested in the story, like a history book or for a book report, I would finish the book within the first week, and then I spend the rest of the semester just sort of dawdling.
Well, that's why I would write it though. I had my advanced biology course in high school was to do a term paper. I did the term paper in 3 weeks, and I had another study hall. Yeah,
I didn't do that. I just did the actual assignment ahead of time because I wanted to read the book.
I just wanted to get finished so I could do whatever I wanted with that period. I was done. I
just wanted to read whatever it was. I just wanted to read. Mm-hmm. And then I could read other stuff during that period.
I didn't care as long as you got it done on time. Mm-hmm. Didn't make any difference to me. All right, we homeschooled for those of you who are new.
Yeah.
So I didn't care as long as she got the project done, and she didn't cheat. If she cheated, she would get in deep trouble. Mm-hmm. Which my kids, none of them did. Thank God. Where are we at now?
Okay, so next should lead us on to, because I don't really have any shop news. I still have the sale going on for my rosaries.
Right, and keep an eye out for things popping up in the shop. I don't know if I'll have a sale between now and Christmas. I might not. I might have a flash sale or two, which might be 24 hours or so. So keep your eyes open for that. If I decide to sale, I think I'll just do a flash sale. Every once in a while, I get the urge to do that. So, just keep your eyes open. And for those of you following the shop, I appreciate it. I know that I have a couple people who follow kind of religiously, and when I put things up, they like everything, and that makes me really happy. So thank you very much.
Yes, thank you.
So that takes care of that.
So that then leads us on to, stash enhancement.
Okay. I'm pretty much a one-note wonder thing with the stash enhancement
same
this
here.
time. A lot of tea.
Yes, you got even more than me this time.
Yeah.
Partially because I had certain flavors I wanted to try, so I could think of my 3 ounces.
Well, part of mine was that I had enough points to get a free one.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, this one was a free one. It's no, this isn't the free one.
No, because that's the one I got for you.
Rubio's Nutcracker is the free one. I haven't used it yet because I waited it's so hard to wait. Because I used the Rubio's to make a maple latte, and this was a freebie, and I won't.
That's the one I've got coming in for my freebie.
This is Rubio's tea, apple pieces, cocoa nibs, natural caramel flavor, marigold flowers, natural hazelnut flavor, blue corn flowers, natural chestnut flavor. So this might be a really good one for my maple.
That's what I was thinking, because I like the, I usually like things with blue cornflower, and I usually like when it has marigold. Because those two things usually tend to make things a little sweeter. So I thought that'd be really good with the caramel thing.
And then this one Taya picked up for me. It goes on her points, but she picked it up for me, and I paid her for it.
Oh, well, you haven't yet. I need to send you that.
Oh, you didn't? Okay. All right. Well, I will pay her for it. This one is Rubio's Vanilla Chai, which I absolutely love. This is my favorite one with the maple in it. It's masala chai. Oh, no surprise there. And then herbal Rubio's Vanilla Base.
I was able to get a sample, not of this one, but something similar to it. They had hey, you can get this for $1.50 instead of $3 for your sample, and it was, instead of Rubio's Vanilla Chai, just Rubio's Vanilla.
Oh, I'm going to have to look for that.
So I got that sample.
So these are my 2 big ones.
So that sample's coming in, but you saw the Zillow Grey cells, or chocolate mocha tea for Zillow Grey cells, and that's, I'm almost done with this. I think I have enough for an 8-ounce, 10-ounce cup of tea, because I had 2 20-ounce cups of this.
And we love these little tins because they'll be used for stitch markers.
Right.
They're not so great for the tea because they spill.
Well, yeah, you have to weigh it.
You have to weigh it, yeah.
This will be the first one I'll have completely finished once I finish my last little bit here.
I have ours over there.
But I haven't finished ours yet. That'll be the first one I actually finished. Then I also got Breakfast at Bag End, Irish Breakfast Hazelnut Cream. So I've got 3 ounces of this one and this one each coming in.
Bless you.
And then I have a sample of that Rubio's Nutcracker coming in. Not a sample, a free Rubio's Nutcracker coming in.
Like mine.
Yeah. A sample of the $150 sample for the Rubio's Vanilla. And this was my Black Dragon Pearl. I already knew I liked this. This is my 3 ounce of that. Because I only have enough for a cup or 2 in my other one. So I have been holding off drinking what I had left in my other one until this one arrived.
Now my samples, these aren't even samples. These are like little.
Well, they call them samples.
They call them samples. There's enough for like 5 cups of tea, and
if you're not doing this thing.
Yeah, I tend to like Allison. That's the lady who did Taya's Poirot. So I got All for One and One for All, which is Tiger Eye chocolate and caramel, and Into the Unknown. Gingerbread, caramel, pumpkin spice. I may have had this one today. So that's these 2. They're little tins. And then I got Agatha Christie Hercule Poirot's Christmas, which is candy cane, Ceylon Sonata, and white peony with cardamom.
I have a 3 ounce sample of that coming in too.
And then I've got this one, which is I Say Poirot.
Yeah.
So
And she can't tell you what's in that because they didn't put it on
they
the
didn't put it
top.
on there. It's an automobile, and if you know the story, you know that Hastings is really into automobiles.
Only in the show.
Well, that doesn't matter. It is,
In the books, he has no idea any more than Poirot does.
so that's this. She was, now, this one is one I did. This is a couple for Mrs. Claus. And I can't draw, but there you go. So,
Thank you. Yay.
I got mine. And this has, I forgot what I put in here. Chocolate and, oh, it smells
I
good.
feel like you must have put chai in here, but
I put chocolate and black tea and
Just
I think masala chai and cinnamon. I think I have to go back and look.
It smells
Candy
good.
canes.
yeah, it smells
So
good.
it smells really good. So I have to try this one still.
Um,
And this was before I realized all the options we had available. So I'm looking forward to really playing with that.
Now, if you go for crazier options, you always run the risk, of course, that they might run out of ingredients for it. It might become an unavailable flavor after.
Right. Well, I don't necessarily want to go crazy, but I want to see what else is available.
Correct. Yeah.
You know, I know what I like, whether or not it goes together. Maybe I'll tap Jim on the shoulder and say, "Hey, do you think this will go together?" He is one of the people that doesn't know I exist, but I and many other people who are novice tea people follow him because he knows so much about what works with teas and stuff like that.
And he's really nice about it, too. If he
Yeah.
doesn't like a tea, like he didn't like today's community tea. So the community is where they give you a month's worth of tea. It's got a single serving amount for each day. And he tried the one for today, and he didn't care for the flavors together. So rather than slam the person who put together the tea on a review, he just wrote something in the chat area so it wouldn't be on their tea.
Right, which I thought was really classy of him. And there's a lady, her name is Julie, I think, and she also gives that kind of a review. She happened to like this one, I believe. But I kind of look at theirs if I don't know anything about it, or if I'm questionable about it, to see what they're saying. It's like listening to people who do wine tasting or whatever. It has this mouth feel, and I'm like, okay, I don't know what that means. Just tell me if it's good or not.
Although you will see, I think for tea tasters, like you do for wine tasters, where they'll do the thing where they'll sip them and they'll go,
Yeah. It's so I'm enjoying it. I'm learning a lot from them. Between Plum Deluxe and Adagio, I'm learning a lot about teas. So yeah, that's my stash enhancements.
yes. Yeah, I was going to pick up something from Plum Deluxe because I ran out of one that I wanted, but they stopped carrying it, or it was only a club tea, so I can't get it anymore.
I may have something coming in from Plum Deluxe. Tell you how much I've been getting these teas from them. They actually asked me if I want to be in a special club. So
Not their normal.
not their normal club. It's a club. From what I understand, how I understand what they were telling me is there's little incidentals like that you have in the clubs, but it also had like the one that's a club tea, and then whatever one you seem to order the most.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
That's actually really smart of them.
Yeah, but I can't do it right now because the one I'm actually ordering enough, I just picked up like 5 of them. So
That's actually super smart of them.
It is, yeah.
Because what it does is it makes sure that the person stays happy with at least one of their teas. And you don't end up with, like, what would happen for me sometimes, particularly during the summer months, is I'd end up with a tea that I didn't care for, a couple teas I didn't care for because I don't care for summer flavors.
Right. Well, so I've said this repeatedly, because I started with Plum Deluxe for one thing, but also because I just have a connection with them. I like them a lot. They are my premier tea, but Adagio is very, very close. And then I like the tea spot for some things. I have one tea that I like to get downtown here, but most of the time I try to stay right there because I don't.
I have 2 teas I get from Tea Spot.
Oh, we forgot. Simpson and Vale.
Simpson Vale.
Yeah. So we kind of have our nice little round out place that we can find things.
We're not nearly as
one note as we used to be.
Which is good. It allows for a greater variety of flavors.
Which is not to say we don't like the people that we started with just as much.
No, it's nice to have variety. Okay, so that leads us on to readings and stuff.
I didn't do a lot of reading. I've been trying to wade through Light from Light by Bishop Barron. It's very, very
it's dense.
dense. And I actually...
Maybe we're dense.
There's always that. Well, he said he wasn't dumbing things down. He wasn't kidding.
No, he wasn't.
I mean, I have to look up words all the time. Or
That's
at least,
one of the few reasons I'm like, okay, maybe this is a good thing I have in Kindle after all.
Yeah.
Because...
Yeah. Well, the only reason I got it the way I did was because I didn't know if they'd be doing it from the book. And so I thought I'd be able to flip pages because it's really hard to do pages if somebody's got a hard copy and somebody's got a Kindle. They don't match.
Yeah.
So but I usually have to, if I'm not in the chapel when I'm reading it, which is 99% of the time, I'll have my dictionary out because at least, somewhere in the reading, you can have 3 or 4 things that you have to look up.
Yeah.
And that's not a bad thing, but I'm trying to what's the word? Wrap my mind around the things that he's saying, and if I have to absorb, yes. If I have to first figure out the words, assimilate, annihilate, adequate pipe. Anyway, yes, that's a reference. Anyway,
You ruined my reference.
but it's very difficult when you have to first figure out what the word means and then go through. I like learning that way, but it has to be slower. The thing that we're doing is called boot camp, and so you're doing this whole book in like 6 weeks. And I looked at this next chapter, and it's like 50 pages. There's no way in God's green earth.
Mom's pulling back from boot camp.
Yeah, I'm going to be doing it on demand. Ty and I will do it section by section. We'll have to pull out of it when we hit Advent because we have an Advent study that we're doing.
It should be coming anytime now.
Yeah, it should be coming next month sometime. So
in a week or so.
Yep. So I'm just going to have to tell the person I love this and I'm going to continue, but I'm going to continue on my own pace because I was getting very annoyed that I couldn't remember because I was having to kind of do a cursory reading and then listen to the video and then go back and try to answer the questions so I could. And I didn't ever finish the questions. I finished like 2/3 to half of the questions before the class, and I didn't finish the rest. I just have to talk to them about it. And I just don't. That's not the way I am. I have to finish my assignments, and I don't like not having my assignments finished.
And it's not like you're in school. You don't need to be.
No.
There's no reason to be pushing yourself this hard.
And I intend to finish it. I just don't.
Just at your own pace.
At my own pace, yeah. So, and we'll do it together. So we'll probably start that on Wednesday, I guess. Go back to Wednesdays.
There's no reason not to now.
Yeah.
Gets back on. It'll be less confusing for Davina to wonder what day we're doing it on.
Yeah, poor Davina. She's like, she doesn't know what we're doing half the time because we keep changing things. The last 2 weeks we had to do podcasting on Tuesday instead of Monday. And then threw her for a loop. So, yeah. Okay, so, and as for reading, I did a little of The Hobbit, and I did a little bit today of 5 Little Pigs. And I'll obviously Light from Light. I'm doing my daily prayer 2021 because that's what I've been using as my fill-in for Bible study. So, yeah.
For me, I finished reading 8 Cousins. So 5 stars for that.
Always 5 stars.
Yes. Shadows of the Empire, finished rereading that. I'm not sure if you remember, it had Dash Rengar.
I don't know if I've read Shadows of the Empire.
It's in between Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi, and they're trying to catch up with Boba Fett and get Han, the carbonated Han, before he gets to Jabba's.
Oh, right. No, I haven't read that yet.
And you've got a thing where Darth Vader has put, out something for people to try to bring Luke in alive. But there's someone who is a rival of Vader's for various personal reasons and political reasons is trying to get get Luke brought in dead.
Ooh, okay.
So
I haven't read that yet.
No, you need to read it. Now I gave it 4 stars, but it's just only because I had a question about how. When I thought about it later, I'm like, how did they know that? Now I might have missed something.
How know what?
I don't want to give details about how they knew blank in the plot.
Gotcha.
How did they come to that conclusion? But I might have missed something.
Okay.
But you actually owned the book.
Do I?
Or you did.
I may find that I read it and just don't remember it because it was so long ago. Because I was reading Star Wars books in England like they were going out of style. I gave you a bunch of them.
Yeah. I know that I don't think I have most of them now because you said to get rid of them when I was freeing up space.
Right. You have a lot of them on Kindle.
Yes.
You kept my original Star Wars trilogy, or did I keep my original trilogy?
You would have, because I had my own trilogy.
Okay.
Or I had my own trilogy. I didn't get rid of any of the Star Wars books that you didn't okay first.
Right.
Because I asked you, because I felt like I couldn't get rid of them. And then I finished rereading Rose and Bloom. And honestly, if I could give it like a 6 stars out of
that's a fabulous
5,
book.
I would. Because that's probably one of my favorite. They do a really good job of setting up the romance. And when you look back at the old books, the first book, you could see where they actually had built, even if she didn't know it at the time, she had built the relationship that actually comes about in the second book.
I love
very
that
well in the
relationship.
first book.
I love that
yeah,
relationship.
and it's one of my favorite relationships. I thought they did a very good job of building it. Really, seriously, one of my favorite books. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
As for books I'm still reading, read a little bit of Peace and Storm. Been a while since I've read that one. Meditations for Chronic Pain and Illness by Maureen Pratt. Just looking for something to read on Sunday, a little bit, and then, well, early in the week I read Light from Light. But I finished my chapter, so I haven't read it since.
Right. She has a little more time to read when she can focus than I can.
Well, also, I don't have to do the video the way you did, and I didn't have the class the way you did.
Well, the video, the book was an option, but I think in some ways, maybe it's just not, I don't know. I like the book, and I'm glad I have it, but knowing the book now, I probably would have just done the video and just taken notes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then read a little bit of 19 Lessons on Tea. I started, and I don't think you actually owned this book. I think this one was one I picked up for myself. This is one of the earliest Star Wars Extended Universe books. It is set between New Hope and Empire Strikes Back. It's called Splinter the Mind's Eye.
I've read it.
Okay, you have read it.
Yep.
Okay. It's not one of my favorite ones, but I'm giving it a reread. Because maybe I need to read it.
I don't remember it very well, but I had the book.
Okay, I thought it was mine, but maybe it was yours. But yes, that's, there's a couple that are set during that. I haven't read as many, the ones that are between New Hope and Empire.
Isn't Courtship of Princess
No, that's immediately after Return of the Jedi.
Yeah.
Same with Truce from Bakura, and most
yeah.
of the ones that you think of as the Star Wars Extended Universe, when they really start picking up their pace, they happen after Empire.
What is the one where I think it's most something
or after?
There's one
Jedi.
about the Katina where they focus a lot on Boba Fett.
Well, they have a series that are the
Mandalorian.
No, Mandalorian is a TV series.
No, I know that, but
no, it's not the Mandalorian. It is called like Bounty Hunters.
Right, but that's not. It wasn't that book. It wasn't called Bounty Hunter. It was
because you have one that focused on a guy who wanted to kill Han, and I think I actually have that on my Kindle wishlist because I actually really liked the book, even though it mostly focuses on other characters. And there's one that focuses on Boba.
That was a good one. The one on Boba actually makes you like Boba Fett, and it has maybe this will jog your memory. I think they actually threw him in, or he fell into that big. Remember that thing where Khan can't see and Lando's hanging into that big.
He fell in that in the movie.
Okay, but this is the book takes place at this point. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And they went to Katina after that, but
well, I know he also comes up in the one with I want to say the character's name is Dangar.
I don't know.
Anyway, he's the guy who hates Han because something happened when they were kids, teenagers, and so when he's trying to find Han, runs into Boba Fett, and he's kind of helping him out a little bit because Boba's fresh out of the Sarlacc pit. But it's kind of, that one takes over, plays over like a range of years. It's not like one.
Well, this one it was very much central. It had the pit, and then it went to the place where Jabba is, if I remember correctly. And it's a long time ago, and it focused on on Boba Fett, but it made him more sympathetic than he has been in the past.
Well, I remember the one that I read with Boba, they actually had dropped Leia off in that outfit that she wears in Jedi, and he told her it's okay, I will leave you alone. They had basically that you can play with her, and they had thrown her in there, and she's like freaked out naturally, and he's like, it's okay, look, I'm staying over here in my stuff, his helmet, all that jazz, suit, I don't know, and I think he gives her one of the blankets, and she stays on her side. And kind of glaring at him on her area, and he stays on his area. And
Boba Fett?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's like the only thing I remember from like his section. But
with this one,
I was actually just thinking about it like within the past week.
I'm actually very intrigued by Boba Fett. I'm gonna have to go look and see more about him. I mean, they tried to do something in the first 3 movies that aren't movies.
Didn't really do a good job.
No, they didn't.
I felt like they actually took away from his mystery. I actually don't want too much on Boba Fett.
No, but
not prequel anyway, because I feel like it takes away the mystery.
I don't want to know about his training. I want to know about his career.
I want to know basically. Yeah, once it was already started.
Right. Mm-hmm.
I don't want to know what came before that because
No.
sometimes when you strip away the mystery, the character's less interesting.
Right. Right.
And a lot of that's something that Disney doesn't learn very well.
The big company that remained nameless. Anyway. Sorry, Laura.
But Laura knows or she should know that I have a love-hate relationship with Disney. I'm currently very angry with them because I think that they have caused the Jason and Jaina books to go out of print because I think that they don't like it that it interferes with their stupid Disney Star Wars line.
All right, well, let's not go into
So
that.
I have opinions and they've ruined my extended universe.
So shall we get this done so we can eat lunch?
Okay, so the last book I read, which is not a Star Wars one, so it won't continue a rant. Although I met him through the Star Wars universe. Timothy Zahn.
Okay, can we move?
I'm almost done.
Okay.
We're not even at our normal 2 hours.
I know, but it's after 12:30.
Okay. I wasn't realizing that we were on a time.
We're not.
Okay.
I'm getting hungry.
Okay.
Unless you want my stomach to start growling.
Um,
Oh, it's almost 1 o'clock.
but yeah, so I'm rereading Angel Mask by Timothy Zahn. That's the one that I want to get you to reread. Because you had read it before you really were getting into reading more science fiction. I think maybe now you might get more out of it.
Possibly. Is that the one I read and gave it back to you?
It might have been, yeah.
Because I read Timothy Zahn. I love Timothy Zahn. I think
This one had a little bit more of a sci-fi start, and
I don't mind sci-fi. I like sci-fi, but I don't necessarily need it to be all
it's not
intense.
This one takes a little bit while to get into, more than like say, Quadrail, which you're into it from the start.
I love Quadrail.
This one starts a little bit slower because it starts with a spy mission, so there needs some build up.
Everything suffers in comparison to Quadrail.
The only thing that helped me is that I didn't start with Quadrail for Timothy Zahn. I actually started with Angel Mask. I started with the Thrawn series.
I actually read Quadrail. It's the first series, I think. I had started with
Dragonback. I gave you Dragonback.
And I only read like the first 3 books. I read more than I thought because I was remembering things. So I read Quadrail, and then I read... Oh, I forget what the one was I read next. I think it was the one... Oh, it was the one with the ghost ship or whatever.
Right, because it was we felt like the voice of certain characters reminded us of Quadrail.
And then I went to that new one, Night...
Pawn,
Night, Queen, whatever it was. And that one was not bad. It just... They suffer from the fact that they weren't who I wanted them to be.
Right, it's just that he did such a good job of fleshing out his characters in Quadrail.
And he did a good job with this one, too. But this one, he has a knack for taking characters you think are going to be peripheral characters and bringing them center stage.
Yes, he does.
And so I really like that because my favorite characters invariably are not the person that he has as the main character.
And he does like redemption arcs, too.
Yes, which is something I'm really
Which is
fond
why
of.
I think you like Angel Mask, because Chandris.
Yeah. And then I read the Dragonback series all over again. And that was really good.
I have to actually finish that one. I haven't. I have a bad habit of rereading the ones I like.
Oh, I do that too. I can't get near Hunger Games, or everything else will stop.
But yeah, but Star Wars was introduced to me to Timothy Zahn, and then basically I've read most of his Star Wars ones. I'm being attacked. I need to finish his newer Thrawn books.
I had his stuff on a wish list, but I haven't picked it up yet.
And that was the other thing. Disney wrote out Thrawn.
How can you write out Thrawn?
Because if they don't count the extended universe, Thrawn doesn't exist. If you don't count extended universe, Mara doesn't exist.
No.
You see, this is why I'm PO'd at Disney.
No.
They wrote out all my favorite characters.
Thrawn, Palian. No.
Yeah, they took all his
Card.
Yeah, they took all these.
No.
Yeah, you see why I'm mad?
No. No.
They took all of Zahn's awesome deep characters, and then they had their cardboard cutout characters, which are basically like as deep as that. Whereas Zahn's are like as deep as the ocean.
Yep. Not a good thing. Okay.
So, that being said, if you want to have real Star Wars, read Timothy Zahn. Highly recommend.
Timothy Zahn is amazing.
Start with the Thrawn trilogy. It's The Last Command. It's original Thrawn trilogy.
They'll find it. Another one that's pretty good, although I haven't read as much of him as Kevin Anderson.
Yes, Kevin J. Anderson is the one who does all the ones with Han and Leia's kids, and those are out of print right now because Disney. So Davina's picking some up for me for Christmas.
Okay, so
Might be a smidge bitter. Just
anyway, we're gonna nip this rant in the bud. So we want to. The life stuff issues, like I said, I wasn't able to do a fair amount of stuff because somehow I threw my back out.
ouch.
It's getting better now, but for a while there, it was difficult to tie my shoes. I couldn't get to sleep.
She's learned not to do a certain exercise anymore.
Yeah, I have to be careful with certain exercises. So I'm doing better now. I think I can, still not completely recovered all my mobility, but okay. And
She's going to be taking it very easy for her exercise for this week, just to help herself with recovery.
Yeah. I find that the best thing to do is to make sure I stay mobile, like by walking and stuff like that. So I'm going to be focusing mostly on my elliptical and my treadmill for the indoor stuff, and then going for walks with Mike. And then maybe next week I'll ease into the other things if I feel up to it. If not, I'll go another week with that, and then I'll start up if I can.
Right, because you don't want to cause true damage, you know.
No, my body is letting me know that age is not always just a number. So I get a little annoyed with it. But anyway, so there's nothing to worry about there, but I did mention it, so I wanted to say something about it.
Yeah.
And
oh yeah, we were also, this kind of relates to just a weird funny, but also the fact that it could have been bad if someone else hadn't been in the house to get it. When I had ordered something, because I have self-control issues. If I'm pouring cereal out and I'm trying to measure it because I need to calorie count in order to maintain a good weight since I can't exercise, but I have a habit of, I will just, while I'm measuring myself, I'll eat out of the box. So I got something where I'll have to pour it, but I can't stick my hand in there. So, because I don't have self-control. Well, when they dropped this thing off, they claim, oh, it's at the front door. I'm looking, it's not at the front door. I don't see anything at the front door. Maybe they delivered to the wrong house. It was, so there's our front door, little porch, steps, long path, steps, street. They've dropped off the steps right by the street.
yeah, on the shoulder. It's like a soft shoulder there.
So basically, it's almost like they didn't even get out of the van.
It was a drive-by. Boom.
It's like they leaned over and was like, okay, it's delivered up at the front door. If I'd been home alone, or if, it had been heavier and Mom's back had been bothering her like it has been, we wouldn't have been able to get in the house. Because I might not always be able to make it down that path. A lot of times stepping outside makes me feel ill. So thankfully Davina and Dad were both home, so Davina went and got it. But I had
But if it had been heavier,
leave,
Davina would not have been able to get it.
Yeah, I had to leave Amazon a bad review for
And my husband did as well, because one thing was ours and one thing was hers. So
and they
both
asked
of them.
what about how the driver did. And I was like, unprofessional, because that's not dropping off at my front door.
Not even remotely near it. I mean, it's got to be.
It's just short of dropping it off in the middle of the street.
Yeah, I mean, we have to give you an idea. When you get to that second set of steps that she was mentioned, that's right on the street. She used to park her car on that soft
and
shoulder.
I could lean over and have done that from my car, dropped it off. So someone could have just gone on the soft shoulder, picked up my package and Dad's package, and left. And we wouldn't know. So yes,
yeah.
With all the different delivery people being a little bit either understaffed or overwhelmed or whatever, check in ridiculous places for your packages. It might be nearly in the middle of the street.
And then I saw that one video. I don't know if you guys saw it on YouTube, and then we'll get out of here. The delivery person came with the package. I don't know who it was. And she walks up to put the package on the porch. And there's a big note that says, hide this from the husband. So she pulls the package pad out, she stuffs it in the bushes, and she walks away. I'm like, that is the delivery person I want. She listens to what, or she understood and put into practice what you asked her to do. We can't even get our people to hold something for us.
Oh, heck no.
So, yeah, it was pretty cute. I was like, oh my gosh.
That was cute. So yes, there's your laugh after 2 different rants.
So we want to wish you all, I want to thank people because I forgot last time.
Let's do thanking people.
Now, these are the people I saw, and it didn't
Did it
take
cut 'em
that
off?
either. Let me see if I got it on this one. Yes, it did. Okay. We want to thank Katie, Paula, Margaret, and Elnis Crafts. If I don't mention you is because I didn't see you.
Yeah,
But
because she had no show notes issues.
We have wonderful people who comment and are just wonderful. So
And Crystal.
and
thank
Crystal,
you.
yes, Crystal, thank you, yay.
Knitting bunny, crocheting owl.
So, thank you very much for your comments. Thank you, Crystal, for your thoughtfulness. And we want to wish you all a very wonderful, blessed week full of knitting, crocheting. Oh, whatever makes your heart happy. But I'm going to close the pre-orders. The end of this week is the 31st, Sunday.
So if you want to get in,
So,
fast.
midnight, Eastern Standard Time, October 31st is the last time that you can do your pre-orders, get your pre-orders in. Either contact me or put it in the thread and tag me.
10-year anniversary, last Silver Shred USA, custom bag. Get in your orders.
Yep, this is our understanding from Anne that this is the last it's going to be. So we wanted to make sure we got this, and we've got a lot of orders, so I'm happy about that. But if you haven't gotten your order in and you want to, between now and the 31st, midnight Eastern Standard Time, contact me or the thread with the tag on me, or contact me on Etsy and let me know that you want the bag and the yarn. It's a set. You just have to let me know what base of the yarn that I've offered and what bag you want. The options are in the thread. If you are not on PHN Home and you want to know what those options are, contact me on Etsy and I'll tell you. Okay? So, that's what I had to say. But I want to wish you all a very blessed week full of knitting, crocheting, whatever it is makes your heart happy. And we hope to see you here again for the Fun in the Woman Cave next week. This is the Pen, Hook, and Needles podcast, episode 476, and that's a wrap.
Bye.